Hello, I'm Brian Muniz, and I'm part of class speech 1311, section number 51003. Alright, let's start with question 1. This has unforeseen and unpredictable time to be a student. How do you feel? Um, I don't feel that different because the pandemic hasn't impacted me and my family that much compared to other families, and we're very thankful for that. We've kept our jobs and we had some savings so we could prepare for the future. Mm, Academically, it hasn't been that difficult because last semester I took mostly online classes while I was working, so I was already used to having this online experience, but uh, uh, unfortunately, I would have wanted to go back to in person learning this semester, but it is what it is. Let's go to question 2. How do you cope with fear and uncertainty as it relates to your family and your social, economic, and academic needs? Mm, Family wise, it's not that bad. As I explained, it hasn't impacted my family that much. Economically, it's the same thing. We've mostly kept our jobs. We had savings. We're pretty okay with where we are. Socially, eh, it's been unfortunate that I couldn't see my friends person to person, but since we're all pretty introverted, we just talk to each other online, and we're all very used to that. We kind of enjoy it. Academically, mm, the only thing that I would have liked is that I would have preferred to have this class in person because it's different from speaking from to a camera than speaking to an audience. Uh, we could have had an assignment or something where we could have presented it to our families, and I feel like that would have been closer to what this class could have been or should have been, if you could say. On a scale of 1 to 10, how challenging do you find online learning? Well, as I explained, I would give it a 4 because I was already used to online learning for the previous semester. What's going well is that I've already been used to searching things online, having to depend on myself mostly and not my classmates for I guess you could say like interactions between each other so we can learn from each other. What are some of the challenges? The Well, I'm gonna major in computer science, and sometimes you can't really explain something to an email to a teacher. And in programming classes, it's very. It would have been very useful to explain to an instructor what my problem was instead of having to explain it in a long email and then they don't really understand, so I have to reword it. And it would have been much easier if I could just talk to them in person. What resources make a difference? Maybe like a chat room for because part of being a college student is you can talk to other students. So maybe it would have been useful for like a Zoom class or for just students or like a chat room so students could talk in that class. Who do you talk to or communicate with about how you feel? I I don't really talk to anyone about how I feel. I mostly keep to myself, but when I do, it's either my friends or my mother. Or yeah, that's about it. Are you taking spring 2021 classes? Yes, I am because that's the only semester I need, and then I finally get my associates. What will it change about your preparation for spring classes? I would go into it fully expecting to be in an online scenario. I would have thought by mid range fall semester we would have gone back into in person learning, but unfortunately it hasn't happened. So I will go into spring 2021 expecting fully online. Do you feel comfortable taking the second part of classes, English, foreign language, etc.? I feel comfortable because I'm pretty much used to online learning now. What do you think El Central in general and Dallas College in particular is doing well? I think that they're doing well in keeping students separated and reducing the amount of cases that are going around. In what ways can we improve? I honestly think that we are prepared to have online, in-person learning again in a very small capacity because I know some students have a very hard time with online classes. I have a friend in UT Dallas who was valedictorian in my high school class, and he finds it very, very difficult to have online learning. And there's a lot of challenges that come with online learning, especially like socially. I understand that people need to talk to each other, and it's way easier understanding something when it's going in person from an instructor. And I can agree with that. I understand that, and I think we should have that at least by late spring or late summer 2021. I think it's possible. All right. Thank you for watching this video.